okay. So you're going to need a chair of some sort, so make sure that you have a chair, preferably without wheels. If you would like water, please have some water nearby, and we will get started. Okay, just gonna mute one more time. Great, all right. So we'll just start in a comfortable seat. If you're used to sitting all the way back in your chair, this is how we sit most of the day, and this will actually round to your low back. So over time, sitting like this, which is how we sit on the couch, will cause pressure on those intervertebral discs between each of your vertebrae. So that's why we want to sit towards the front of the chair, maintaining a little bit of curve in your low back. So find your comfortable seat. You can place your hands onto your lap or onto your body. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze. Send your shoulder blades down your back. Send the back of your head back. Most of us have been pulled forward into our computers all morning. So take a moment here and feel your sit bones heavy on the chair. And find yourself resting back. We'll take a moment to transition here by connecting with our breath. So begin to become aware of your breath. Noticing if your breath is shallow or deep. Noticing if your breath is feeling more present in your belly or up in your chest. Without judgment, take a moment here to see if you can settle the breath down into the pelvis, down into the low belly. Beginning to find this sense of settling and grounding down. Maybe even finding a little bit of relaxation here. As you settle into the chair, can you feel your low belly expanding and contracting? Take a moment to breathe in a way that feels three-dimensional to you. Inflating the front and the back of the belly. Inflating the low ribs and the chest. Finding yourself inflating through space. We'll take a few more slow, deep breaths. As you feel settled, I'll invite you to continue breathing in this way, or you can take a pranayama, a breathing exercise with me. If you'd like to breathe with me, in a moment we'll begin Samavriti, which means same fluctuation. So it's an inhale through the nose for a count of 4, and an exhale through the nose for the same count of 4. So evening out the breath will even out the nervous system. If you'd like to try this breath with me, please exhale completely and inhale for 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. And exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. Continue finding this pattern with your own breath. Maybe you lengthen the in and the out breath to 5. Or maybe you drop the count and just return to your own slow, deep breath. We'll take a few minutes here to settle. This is an exercise you can take at any point throughout your day when things become stressful or if you feel carried away from yourself. Take a few more rounds of whatever you're working with. And as you're ready, please complete the round that you're on. Open your eyes. You can bring your hands down to your lap. On your next inhale, please drop your right ear to your right shoulder. As you inhale, send your neck around from shoulder to shoulder. And as you exhale, drop the head back. Every inhale will take you around the front. And as you exhale, dropping the head back. If you find any spots that are sticky or tight, feel free to stay for a breath. Breathe into those spots. Or you can continue circling. Whatever you decide, please be intentional with your breath, using the breath to trace the movement from shoulder to shoulder, front to back. Continue feeling your feet pressing down into the ground. Continue pressing your sit bones heavy onto the ground. And the next time your ear falls to your left shoulder, please reverse the direction. This time, inhaling around over to the right, and exhale to drop the head back. Feeling for how slow and deliberate your movements can be. Can you breathe in a way that will help you to stabilize through the pelvis, even as you find some movement through the neck? We'll take a few more rounds here. See if you can slow them down a little bit more. The next time your head falls to center, please bring your right palm to your forehead and help your head back up. Great. Okay, from here, please clasp your hands and bring the thumb side edge towards, but not necessarily to your heart. Ground down into the feet, getting taller through the crown of the head. On your next inhale, take your right elbow back behind you. Come back through center, then take a complete round of breath to take your left elbow back behind you. So one cycle of inhale and exhale, you'll swim your elbow back and then switch sides. This is actually a Qigong, not a yoga move, that opens up the back of the heart. So feel your shoulder blades coming together. Feel any sensations across the back of the heart space. Keep sliding your head back, sides of the throat back. Stay settled back into yourself. We'll be here for a few more breaths. This is something you can do throughout the day, especially if you have any wrist or shoulder pain. The next time you swim back on the right, please come back through center and drop your palms onto your knees. We're moving into cat-cow. So as you inhale, arch through the chest and the low back, and as you exhale, round through the upper back, tucking the tailbone under. Every inhale will bring you to rock forward, opening up, sitting back of the head back, and exhale to tuck into yourself. Continue with your own breath. Maybe you involve your neck. Maybe you start to even shift the hips a little bit back. Just do what you need to do to feel this opening through the spine, back of the heart, even through the shoulders. Great. And slow it down for the last round or so. And as you're ready, come back to center. We're moving to some abdominals, so please interlace your hands behind your head. Your thumbs will end up at the occiput, that little ridge at the back of your head. So we're not pushing our head forward, we're thinking lengthening the head up as we move forward. Okay, so please lift your right elbow towards your left knee on the inhale, and exhale, come on back. As you inhale, left shoulder towards right knee, hold, and exhale, come on back. Every inhale, opposite knee to elbow, and exhale, return to center. The slower you do these, the more juju you'll get in your belly. So see how slow you can go, as if you're moving through jello or water. Again, you're not shoving the head forward. You've got your thumbs hooked into that little ridge as if you want to extend the crown of the head towards the top of the room. Make more space for your cervical spine. Maybe you're starting to become aware of your abdominals. We'll take 2 more rounds on each side. Extra points if you make it last longer than you think you can. As you're ready, come back through center, unwind. Lift your right hand to the sky, pull up so you get so tall along the right side of the body, then bend that elbow, bring that right palm to the side of the head. On your next inhale, release your ear over to the right shoulder. You can, from here, you should be feeling a stretch along the left side of the neck. From here, you can tilt your chin, finding the optimal angle so you have maximum stretch along those left fibers in the neck. You can place your left palm on your left thigh. And really, you're not pushing your head down. You're just using the weight of your palm to invite a little bit of traction. We'll be here for 1 more breath. As you're ready, come back through center, release, and we'll try the second side. So please lift your left arm up to the sky, reach up, get so tall, bend that elbow, release the palm to the right side of the head. As you're ready, please traction the neck over to the left. And again, you're not pushing, you're just using the weight of that palm to give a little bit of traction, a little bit of weight. You can begin dipping the chin forward or back, finding maximum stretch along the right side of the neck. How tall can you be here? Even as you're bending over to the side, root your sit bones down into the chair, get tall, and then release the head and the neck. We'll take 1 more breath here. As you're ready, come back up through center and release. Okay, little more abdominals. So as you're ready, you'll have your arms at your side, send your shoulder blades down the back so that your ears aren't trying to be friends with your shoulders. As you're ready, you'll inhale, take the right hand down towards the ground, tipping over to the right. You'll feel this in the side of your abs. Exhale, back up. Left hand dips over towards the floor, and then come back up. Every inhale will take you down to the opposite side. Keep the feet rooted. Exhale back up. Move with your own breath, not my voice. We'll do a few more rounds. Okay. Great, guys. All right. From here, as you complete your last round, please bring the palms out into a cactus or goalpost. Please cross the right elbow over the left. From here, you can grab your shoulders, or you can bring forearm to forearm, or even double cross so that you bring palm to palm. Really doesn't matter which one you choose. Whatever hook you've got, please lift your elbows to the sky, send your shoulder blades down the back. Pull your low ribs and low belly back, lean the head back, finding the shoulder stretch, Garudasana, eagle pose. Keep pressing down into the feet, getting taller as you lift the elbows a little bit more towards the sky, sending shoulder blades down the back. We'll be here for a few more breaths. As you're ready, you can unwind, come back through center. We'll try the second side. So the left elbow will cross over the right. Again, you can grab shoulder blades, forearms together, or even double crossing the palms. Lift up through the elbows, pull low ribs and low belly back, lean back of the head back, sides of the throat back, lift elbows towards sky. You should have a strong stretch along the back of the shoulders, between the heart, maybe even along the deltoid, the top of the shoulder, into the bicep. Keep rooting feet down so you can get taller, maybe lifting elbows a little higher. Keep pulling low ribs and low belly back. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And as you're ready, you can unwind and release. All right, so please go to a wall near you, and we'll do a shoulder stretch again. So if this were my wall, you basically bring your hands to shoulder width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. And then you'll lean back into the wall, begin walking your feet back, and then bowing your heart towards the ground. So it's this. Okay. So keep bowing heart down towards the ground as you press palms into the ground. Finding a strong stretch along back of the shoulders, back of the heart. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. As you've completed that, you can come back up. And we'll move into chair pose, which ironically will not involve our chair. So please bring your feet hip width distance apart. Your hips are the bony part, not the fluff on the side. Please sit back as if you're sitting in a chair. You want to keep some low back curve here and keep your knees directly over your ankles. You can sit as low as you can, pull low ribs and low belly back, stay right here, or you can bring the arms either to prayer, a little easier, or more difficult, bringing the palms overhead. Keep pulling low ribs and low belly back. Tailbone will scoop up behind you. Keep sitting down as if you could get your thighs parallel to the ground. Don't let the knees knock in. Imagine how sweet it will feel when we finally return to our chairs. Be your own chair here for a minute. Lean back of the head back, sides of the throat back. Let's take 3 more slow, deep breaths. Good job, guys. I can see some of you. Maybe sit 1 inch lower. And as you're ready, straighten the legs, come back up, and we'll fold forward. The feet are hip width distance again. Extend the spine out. If fingertips don't reach the ground, just bend your knees. Bend them as much as you need to, and then begin to straighten from there. You can bob the hips from side to side, shake the head no. Feeling for a stretch along the back of the legs. You don't want to stretch behind the knee. If you have a stretch behind the knee, bend your knees more, no problem. If you're an awesome forward folder and this is easy for you, option to pick up your left foot and bring your left palm beneath that foot so that your toes touch your wrist. Then do the same with the right, pick up that foot, step down onto your palm, shift your weight forward, and then begin to release from there. If that looks crazy to you, which it is, just stay in your fold. Knees might be bent the whole time. Mine usually are. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Let yourself sway if that feels good. On your next inhale, walk your hands back, bring your hands to your hips, and roll yourself back up. Okay, great. Okay. Great, less decapitated there. So at this point, we're going to use the wall. You can also use your chair if you don't have the wall. If the wall is like not accessible for you, you can use the side of a chair. So use either the side of your chair, or I recommend a wall if you have one. So please bring your right hand out from your body so that you have like a little V shape. Bring that right palm into the wall. Begin to shift your weight into the right foot, pick up the left. Grab the outer edge of that foot. Your knee will want to go wide, pull it in towards the midline. Bend your right foot down into the ground, get tall through the crown of your head. You can stay right here in the quad stretch, stretching that left thigh. Or if you want more, you can begin to kick back through that foot, beginning to walk the right hand forward on the wall for stability. Maybe you begin to kick back so much that that thigh becomes parallel towards the ground. Stand down into the right foot. If you feel steady here, option to peel that right hand off the wall, knowing you can always come back to it if needed. Pull low ribs, low belly back. Integrate through the torso. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. As you're ready, come back up. We'll try the second side. So option to try that with the chair, holding onto the chair. You can totally do that. Option to not use anything if you want to just be free. So this time, left palm will be at the wall or back of the chair or nowhere at all. Grab onto your right outer foot with your right hand. Drop that right hip. Pull low ribs and low belly back. Begin to lean forward. Option to open that foot up towards the sky. Coming into this thigh parallel to the ground-ish shape. You can stay kicking back, or you can release that left hand out in front of you. Pull low ribs, low belly back. Give yourself the stability to stay here. We'll take 2 more breaths. Gaze at a point on the floor that's not moving. As you're ready, come back up and just give yourself a little shake. Awesome. Okay. From here, We'll take our chair friend again. This time we'll just use the back of the chair, doing a stretch similar to that shoulder stretch. So grab onto the top of the chair, begin to walk your feet back. Watch that the chair doesn't move. Feet might be a little wider than hip width distance. And again, similar stretch, just bowing the heart towards the floor. Keep a soft bend in the elbows if they tend to lock out. And you'll want that stretch along the back of the heart. Pull low ribs and low belly back. Really knit your torso together. We'll take just a few more breaths here. And as you're ready, come back up. I've got just one more thing on the ground with you. All right. Okay, just making sure you can see me. So please bring your feet so that they are wider than hips width distance. Toes will point out at a 45 degree. Your toes are somewhat under your wrists, or somewhat under your ankles, or ankles are under your wrist. And from here, you can begin to squat down. So your knees will try to knock in. Make sure that they're right over that second or third toe. Pull low ribs and low belly back. Sit down deep into your hip flexors. You don't want that low back to round behind you, so make sure that you have some low back curve here. You can stay right here, or you can begin to lift palms together at prayer, a little more doable, or you can lift palms up to the sky for goddess pose. Whew. Keep sitting down into yourself. Make sure knees don't knock in. Keep them wide, pointed directly over the ankles. If you want to make this more difficult, you can lift up onto the ball of one foot, then the ball of the other, or you can lift onto the balls of both feet and sit down a little deeper for our last 2 breaths. Being a goddess isn't easy. Remind yourself to breathe. As you're ready, you can release your toes, straighten your legs, point your toes forward, and just come down into a wide-legged forward fold. If your weight is dipping back behind you, make sure that your hips are over your ankles. Knees can be bent, point them straight forward, and release your head and neck. On your next inhale, walk your hands back, grab onto your hips, and roll yourself back up. Great. Okay, we're getting there, folks. Got a few more things. We're 2/3 of the way through. So this next thing requires that you have a chair that doesn't have sides. So I'm going to show it first with the chair without sides. If your chair has little arm thingies, I'll show you a different thing. So if you have a chair without sides, please turn your right toes out to the right at a 45 degree, and then step that left leg back behind you. So you're gonna actually end up kind of side saddle. Actually turn side saddle on your chair first. That'll make this a lot easier. So right toes are straight out. Your right knee is over your ankle. Back sole of the foot is on the ground. Beautiful. So this is a variation of Warrior 2. Point your hips forward towards me as best you can. Now I'm decapitated. I'll fix that in a minute. Spread your arms wide, and then on your exhale, lift those left fingertips back for the back leg. Inhale back to center. Reach back through that back arm, and inhale back through center. You can keep going with your on breath. If you have a chair with legs, you'll just do this on your feet. Learning about Zoom. Okay. So your left foot will point straight out. left or right knee, this is your right foot, right knee over ankle, back sole of the foot on the floor. Same thing here. So inhale and then exhale back. If you're in the chair or on the ground, just make sure that your knee doesn't unbend. So you're not going all the way back. You're keeping the stability in the legs and you're moving through the top of the torso. Nice, I see you guys. Beautiful. We'll take a few more here. Wherever you are. And then you can swivel around if you're on the ground or if you're in a chair, either way, swivel. This time your left foot will point straight forward and then you'll have your back right heel in the ground. Beautiful. So bend into that front knee on a chair or not. Inhale, you'll be in this resting position. Exhale to tip back. Great. Okay. We'll take a few more rounds here of warrior 2 to reverse warrior. How stable can you be in the feet as you rotate through the arms? All right, great. As you're ready, come back through center, return to your chair, and we'll take a side saddle the same way you were facing, which should be towards your left. So from here, bring your hands to the back of the chair. We're going to plant our feet firmly in the ground and then twist over to the left. The torso will go to your left. You want the twist to be in the belly, not just in the neck. So really feel for keeping your hips pointed straight forward as you rotate yourself around. You can send your gaze over that back left shoulder, or you can rotate the head so that the neck comes into a counter twist, looking over the front shoulder. Good. One more breath here. And we'll come back around. I just realized I did not do that for the people that might have arms. So do your second side if you're in a chair without arms. If you're in a chair that has arms, sorry, I forgot to say this, you'll just do this facing front and you'll just bring, I would say, that left hand to your hip and back of the opposite hand, right hand to the chair behind you. So again, feel for keeping the knees pointed in the same direction as you twist over to your right. The gaze can be over the back shoulder, or you can rotate the neck to bring it over the front. Couple more breaths here. Really feel yourself rooted in the ground so that the twist is truly in the belly. As you're ready, we'll come back through center. Final offering before Shavasana is a hip opener. So please, sorry guys, it's hard to know where to be. Please plant your feet firmly on the ground. Pick up your right leg and cross that ankle over the left knee. You'll want to flex those toes back towards your face. So if this isn't happening for you, you can just scooch forward to your chair and you can just pick up that leg and maybe hold it open to the side. So this would be a gentler version of this. If you've got this hook, option here to bring your palms to center and extend the spine long, 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 long until the last minute when you can't go any longer, then you can fold. This will make this even deeper. Another option, if this isn't deep enough for you through your hips, is to release your palms and bring fingertips to the ground. That's definitely deeper. Or bring them to that left shin, so that you can, again, lengthen yourself long, 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 until you can't go any longer, and then you fold. So choose the variation that will make the most sense for you, knowing that the next thing might not be the best thing. Wherever you've landed, keep sending that right knee away from you towards the floor. Take one more breath here. As you're ready, come back up, unwind, and we'll switch sides. So please take your left sole of the foot and flex it outside that right knee. Really flex those right toes back so that will protect the ankle and protect the knee. Again, you can just go right here. If you're having difficulty hooking that ankle, no problem, just hold. If you're here and you're happy, you can bring palms together, go so long. And then at the last minute, we can't go any longer, hook, maybe fold, maybe grab ankle, maybe touch the floor. Wherever you are, keep sending that left knee towards the ground, away from you. Relax the head and the neck. Let the muscles in your face and your jaw go. And as you're ready, you can begin to roll back up, unwind. I have a special offering for Shavasana, final rest. This is my favorite thing. I'm kind of obsessed with it. The one time I injured my low back, this was one of the few things I could do for a couple days. This and cat-cow will definitely help if you have low back pain. So come in front of your chair and you'll lie down and you'll actually place your knees over the chair and then lie back from here. Oh, this feels so good. It looks maybe ridiculous, but once you get settled, it can feel so amazing. You'll have that natural low back curve, and your knees being over your hips will just bring your spine into alignment. So try this, and of course, if it feels terrible, you can release and just come to lie on your back or come to sit in your chair for just a couple moments of final rest. Wherever you've landed, take the time to settle in. Feel for what you can let go of, what you can release. You can let your eyes close or your gaze soften. We'll be here for a few breaths. We'll end our practice today with 2 rounds of Samavritti. This time we'll take that breathing exercise we started at the beginning of class with breath holds. So we'll inhale through the nose for 4, hold the breath in for 4, exhale through the nose for 4, and hold the breath out for a count of 4. If you'd like to try this with me, please exhale completely and inhale for 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Begin to return to your natural breath, feeling for how settled you can make the breath here. Begin to invite your attention back into the room. As you're ready, you can unhook your feet one by one. And as you're ready, you can help yourself back up to your chair, taking your time. As you find your chair, reconnect with your breath. Feel your sit bones grounding down into the chair, crown of the head lifting towards the sky. We'll close our practice together with an inhale through the nose and an exhale through an open mouth. Please breathe in and let it go. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.